What's up, Fiend fam? We're over 30 strong now. Thanks to everyone who took the time to participate in my Odin Manufacturing Street MX Glove giveaway contest, and I can't wait to see the pics of the winners with their new gloves. I'll be doing another giveaway soon, and this time the winner will get to choose the size and colorway of their Street MX gloves. Let's get this one started. Roll the intro. Welcome to a video that I openly fought making for at least a week. By now, pretty much everyone's heard about the ruckus between Daniel Hayes, better known here as $1 Million Bogan, and Harley-Davidson corporate office. I've been subbed to his channel for about a year now, and watching him navigate life's pitfalls and riding his Harleys has offered me breaks from my own issues in life. For the few of you out there who might not be aware of who he is, the $1 Million Bogan channel chronicles the adventures that Daniel has experienced on his motorcycles, predominantly Harley-Davidsons. He's taken them places where they weren't designed to be taken and ridden in ways that they weren't developed to be ridden. From mountains to getting stuck and subsequently needing to be pulled out when his bagger was stuck at the beach, he's ridden to places and in ways that I can only dream about. He's in real estate in Australia and has successfully afforded him the ability to ride fearlessly, something I'm sure that most of his viewership, myself included, have loved to live vicariously through his videos. There's another side to Bogan as well, however. He's been very forthright about his personal life and openly sharing his struggles with mental health, becoming a strong advocate for men the world over in our fight against our inner demons. As a veteran, I'm all too aware that we lose 22 of my brothers and sisters every day to depression, anxiety, and PTSD. I myself have suffered with clinical depression and anxiety since childhood, and PTSD since my time in the Army as a Persian Gulf veteran, and most recently as a few years ago from a motorcycle crash that left me physically and mentally scarred. The thing about Daniel is that he's a phenomenal storyteller and has a great creative eye. He always has a way of putting a smile on your face and making you laugh, even when you feel a complete failure and a piece of crap. There's been more than a few times where I've watched his content and it's really saved me from myself, along with stuff from other creators like Shade Tree Surgeon, Blockhead, Yami Noob, and others. This is why I was confused at Harley-Davidson's standpoint after viewing some of Bogan's content that was filmed at the Geelong HT dealership with some employees present. I didn't get a chance to see it before it was taken down, but it's my understanding that apparently some language happened that HT Corporate didn't care for. They probably contacted the dealer and had a few choice words for them, and because of Daniel's long-standing relationship and friendship with the dealer, he elected to take the aforementioned content down. He has also since said he is stepping away from motovlogging for an indeterminate amount of time. Here's my thing. The Moco can't have it both ways. Yes, as a franchisee, Geelong is subject to the rules that corporate sets, and corporate was well within their rights to contact the dealer regarding the situation. That said, Harley has long profited off the culture that we, the owners and riders, largely created, and it's one of freedom, bucking the status quo, and living how we see fit. Even if you don't necessarily agree or disagree with what may or may not have been said, it's quite hypocritical of the Moco to come down on a dealership and a customer for the very thing that made you billions of dollars. There's no secret that Harley's hurting. They want to bring in as much new customer blood as they can. By and large, this isn't the way. We've been the ones buying the overpriced motor clothes made in overseas factories that have taken away jobs from citizens of the country Harley so proudly proclaims its heritage from. The Bronx has been shelved for the time being, and the Moco has doubled down on the cruisers, baggers, and core customer base for which they've been so well known for. By doing what they did, not only have they riled up that base, they brought so much extra publicity to it. How can Harley be worried about the ramifications of cancel culture when they turn their backs on the very people who've supported them all along? And I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say that they are as staunchly against cancel culture as just about anybody. Does motorcycle society as a whole need to be more accepting in order to bring in as many new riders as possible? I believe yes, but let's call it as it is. Anybody seriously considering a Harley knows all about the culture as it is, and it's that culture that specifically draws so many to their bikes. We could all be purchasing other bikes, and don't get me wrong, I personally believe that Indian, Honda, and Kawasaki make excellent cruising and touring bikes. That said, you just can't touch the heritage, culture, and lifestyle that have built up around the bar and shield, all things that we have built. Sure, There's the Harley Owners Group, and many dealers are very active in their local communities, but it's us that have truly made HD into what it is today. As I said before in my Can HD Survive video, the people who want to own a Harley already do, or they're just waiting until they have the expendable cash to be able to purchase the one that they want. Nobody goes into Harley ownership blind. They've been the largest manufacturer of 700cc and larger cruiser and touring bikes since the 1920s. People know what they're getting into. Heck, they're drawn to the Moco because of everything it represents, not in spite of it. But I digress. This isn't so much about Harley as it is about Bogan. He's been an awesome, unpaid, unsanctioned, and unrecognized brand ambassador, the likes of which Harley should be happy to have. Combining some insanely creative and funny content along with awesome adventures on his Harleys have done more for the brand than corporate anemic marketing team has been able to come up with in the last 5 years. They may not need to hoist the man on their shoulders and parade him through Milwaukee, but at the very least, he and G-Long should have been given the benefit of the doubt before they were metaphorically taken out behind the woodshed. Those of us who suffer with mental health issues like depression are and should be eternally grateful to Daniel. One thing I've learned over the years is that talking about what we're going through is extremely cathartic. It's one thing to do so with family and close friends in places you feel comfortable in. It's completely another to do so while riding a motorcycle in some crazy situations and then upload it to YouTube to let yourself be completely and utterly vulnerable. If he's done nothing else, Bogan has shown me that it's okay to allow ourselves to let down our guard, speak candidly about what's going on in our lives and the chemical reactions in our brains that cause us to suffer from depression and other difficulties. For this, he shouldn't be vilified by the very company that's benefited by his and others' willingness to speak out. They should be thanked. At the end of the day, the entire situation isn't about some potentially non-PC comments. It's about how a corporate entity has forsaken those that have made them who they are today. Yes, as a publicly traded company, they do have shareholders to answer to. But if moves like this cause the core demographic to move on elsewhere, those shareholders have a company with little to no value left in their community. Harley can't have it both ways. They need to decide what direction they're going in before it's too late. That'll wrap it up for this video. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble on. A personal and heartfelt thank you to Daniel Hayes for doing what he does. If you happen upon this video, thanks, mate. Australia is a bucket list trip of mine, and if I ever make it there, first pint's on me. If you like this video, please consider clicking the like button. If you want to become part of the Fiend fam, would you kindly go ahead and click the subscribe button? As always, stay shiny side up. Throttle Fiend out.